Hello, I am here with gorgeous Claire.
Hi everyone.
And Claire, many of you will know already, has been Chief Innovation Officer at Trinny London for how many years?
3.5
years. And we've had fantastic skincare conversations about retinol, vitamin C, hyaluronic acids. And Claire is like, she's like the medical, not the medical dictionary, but Claire's knowledge is phenomenal. It's the best knowledge of ingredients of anybody I know in the industry. And I thought today would be a very good day to let's get in more with Claire. It's an opportunity to ask endless questions of things that I generally know about, but Claire's specific knowledge is really sometimes what we need. Elsa, which cleanser for menopausal dry skin? I mean, I'd say immediately that our Be Your Best Balm has got the nutritious elements that we know, menopausal skin has hormone imbalances which make it sometimes congested, but generally
a little bit drier.
And you're losing the hyaluronic acid, you're losing a little bit of the nutrients, the ceramides, the omegas. So you need the support. You need a cleanser in a way that nourishes skin.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't take anything away from the skin. I think that's what's great about our cleansers is that they efficiently clean without they add to the skin, not take away. Yeah.
That is the difference. You don't want to be stripping anything.
And that's what a lot of cleansers do. And if you start off your routine taking away from your skin, it's gonna get a lot worse.
Fantastic. Yeah. And so when somebody asks a question, you tell them.
Okay,
darling.
I will
tell them.
Yeah.
Are both of our cleansers suitable for if you're using Tret? If you're using tretinoin and you're using a prescription-based tretinoin, I think that you've got to be slightly careful using acids because it might be that you're on a journey of tretinoin, which is for congested skin. It might be you're using tretinoin for wrinkles, which we have our view on, of where tretinoin is best used. So,
and tretinoin is going to also dry your skin out and make it a little bit more sensitive. So I would say if your skin is anyway on that dry, sensitive side, I would absolutely avoid the gel cleanser because it has acids in there. And I would probably go down more the balm nourishing, giving back to the skin. Yeah,
that's good. And the good thing about our balm compared to other balms is that we use oils in a very special way. A lot of our oils are very activated, so we're getting the nutrition and the nurturing your skin needs without the oily film that your pores don't want, because I presume the reason you're on tretinoin is, I hope, for congested skin. If you're on it for, wrinkles, then definitely the balm as well, another reason for it. Should we use both? Well, using both, we're both obsessed with cleaning our skin twice. How many years have you done it for?
What I've done is I've worked in skincare 22 years now, so I've been doing it for most of my career.
You have, haven't you? I mean, it's something that's been around a long time. Some people have made it more popular, but it's just the concept of understanding why we do it. So why in your mind, because you've done it for 22 years?
Well, I've always learned that like 70% of your skincare routine starts nearly with your cleanser, So you got to get that phase and step right.
Yeah.
And once you've got the right, so a lot of cleansing damages your skin barrier. When your skin barrier is damaged, everything else after that. So there's a whole route of, cleaning it and getting the oil and the dirt and the grime. But there's also about respecting your microbiome, respecting your skin barrier and not damaging it. And a lot of cleansers, especially in the past, have been maybe a little bit too harsh. And that's what the whole idea of over cleansing has come in. So being able to respect and clean your skin efficiently, but also respect your barrier, keep your microbiome in a happy place, actually is the best thing you can do, because a healthy skin actually is able to look after itself better too.
Can I just say, because I think what's really key is when you live in a skincare world, it's really important to remember somebody who's just entering it, Claire. So we talk a lot about the microbiome, and we talk about, our ingredients in both of the cleansers really protect the microbiome. But can you just say in common or garden English, what is the microbiome and why do we need to protect it? And tell the ladies and boys.
So your microbiome is part of your immune system. It is your natural microflora, so your bacteria that is living on the surface of your skin. Your body is made up of trillions of bacteria that live in your gut, that digest your food, that actually are mainly the signals that tell your body if there's danger going on. So on the surface of the skin is really, really important. They live in a more acidic environment on our skin, and it's acidic so that it actually is able to fight against the bad bacteria or any of the viruses and so on going on. So keeping them in a happy place is really important. When you have lots of oil on the surface of your skin, you can get a flourish of bacteria like P. acnes that is leading, that feeds off the oil on your skin and then can lead to spots and blemishes.
It's that pre-spot stage P.
Absolutely.
acnes, those little niggles.
Being able to keep that. So people that have eczema and psoriasis or different skin irritations, it's because of your microflora on the surface of your skin. It's your microbiome that's out of balance, and that's why you have you know, viral antibiotics and everything
to kind of take away.
Absolutely, but everything is linked to
the microbiome,
whether it's internal or external.
I think that's a great explanation, and I think it's so important here. We can help to educate so one can make informed choices. Maxime, hi, I'd love to know if you're taking a liposomal vitamin C, is it important to use one on your skin too? Maxime, I've done both topical vitamin C and supplemental vitamin C probably for about 30 years, and I do believe the two work in conjunction with each other. So liposomal vitamin C is going to bring those antioxidants into your body, and there will be a benefit to your skin, but it's also to your whole body to, you know, feel.
Well, the reality is, Trinny, when you take a liposomal vitamin C, which I think is the best form of being able to deliver it, it's essential, but the amount that goes to the skin is so small. So you have to use a topical vitamin C. And that's mainly, all right, you get the brightening and anti-dark spots protection from vitamin C, but it's really the antioxidant. So all the free radical damage that life, stress, aging is doing, it's the vitamin C that's helping you protect that. So having that as an essential part of your routine is key.
Both is the answer to that one, darling. I wash my face in the evening with Lumispa device. Do you think I can use the new cleanser on my device? I think Lumispa is like a Fourier or a Clarisonic. It's an added tool to use. So you could use both of them with it. I think the gel would be lovely with it. A lot of ladies already have started using the gel with the Fourier. So it just gives that extra manual massage to the skin. And we do a Trinny London signature massage, which is on the Tea Time blog, and it shows you with the balm this massage. But if you want to do something with the gel, you can use the tool or the massage as well. Yeah,
so if you need water, it depends on whether like a Fourier would need water to emulsify. Exactly. So the gel is the best one to use for that. Like with the balm, you're already going into the transformation stage, and that's kind of more the rinse off. It's not got the cushion.
It's not got it.
On the skin.
Okay, Kel is saying, is bioretinol better for skin than any other retinol cream, and why is that?
I think
it's such a marketing ploy. Bioretinol, it's like so. Explain it.
So generally, bioretinol isn't retinol at all. It's a plant extract that might have the same
benefits,
similar
like
benefits,
or
exactly. But I don't honestly. I just don't think they work in any of the same way.
Well, I think they work in a very softer way, and I think what it's doing is it's looking at what does retinol do for your skin, and then it's finding other ingredients that will try and do that, but they do it in a gentle echo of what retinol can actually do for your skin.
And it is an echo.
And
that is, I think, the key thing is it's an echo, and it's a lot of marketing.
Yes. Okay, that's our opinion. We can all have different opinions, so if you disagree with it, share with the group, because we love opinions. Tony, I have what can only be described as the dry skin of a 90-year-old lizard. I adore you, Tony. But it's how you feel, and that's always the important thing. I've ordered both cleansers. Which order do I use them in for double cleansing, please? So simple. You use the balm first, which is Be Your Best, and you use that on a dry skin. And it's really important when you use the balm that you rub it in your fingers and you sort of activate the balm, and then you put it on and rub it in your skin. Then you add a little bit of water and it will transform and become white. I would do it, but I've done this 19 times in 2 days and my skin has really cleaned itself out of whirl. So when you add water, it transforms. The pineapple enzyme will activate and you'll get even more beautiful, gentle exfoliation. And then you end up with the lovely tea towel like that. And you put that on your face. You sort of rinse out the water. Use usually, I would call warm water, warm to hot water. And then you put that on. Imagine this is my face, and then you rub gently. You might go into congested areas. The muslin is a fantastic texture to go and get extra exfoliation without damaging the skin. And then your skin might still be a little damp, and don't put a towel on and then go to Better Off, which is the gel, and you'll already have the damp skin, so when you rub it in, you've got some wetness on your skin, and you're going to remove you're going to just do stronger now cleansing with the AHA and the PHA. So your 90-year-old lizard skin might get a little bit of polish. It's going to feel that it gets a glow. The AHAs and the PHAs are going to work in conjunction with each other to give your skin a lovely glow at the end of it. So then when you remove it with water at the very end of that double cleansing journey, which I suggest you do in the evening, in the morning, just use your balm, you will have a really polished, firm yet nurtured and nourished skin. And you're going to feel the cleanness of the skin, and whatever you then put on afterwards will actually be worth the money you paid for it, because it will go in to where it needs to deliver to do what it says on the packaging. And that's the fundamental thing we want to teach people about cleaning skin, and we'll do it before we bring out chapter 2, so all of you get it. Of if you have something which, let's talk about dead skin cells for a second. So let's give the background of why you need to clean your skin. We know we need to take makeup off, that's fine. But let's talk about why we need to really, really clean the skin.
We're shedding skin every single day.
Yeah. How much do we shed?
We lose about 500 million dead skin cells a day. Yeah.
I mean,
so the dust in your house, Trinny, is majority dead skin. Yeah.
I mean that.
And then there's how many people in your house?
Yeah, that really is like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So when your skin is normally, it normally exfoliates itself. Yeah. It's a process called desquamation. Yeah. So this normal process is shedding this 500 million. Yeah. So when your skin is slightly drier. Yeah. It's a little bit slower to shed the dead skin cells. So it's holding it on, which is actually what's making your skin a little bit dry. Yeah. So you need to actually exfoliate in order to release those dead skin cells and give your skin a little bit of helping hand. When your skin is a little bit oilier, you're actually, the dead skin can also block the pores as well as the sebum. Yeah. So that's when it's getting a little bit more congested. Yeah. So exfoliation is really key in that. Key. And that's why our gel cleanser has the AHA and the PHA, is to give your skin that extra boost. Yeah. And if you don't clean your skin properly, your skin is like, when it's cleared out, when you get the dead skin cells off, when you get the oil congestion, the pores are clear, everything can go in. If you think about that layer on the surface that is blocking your skin actually, and it's new skin underneath. If you think about it, every skin cell takes 28 days to go from the bottom of the skin layers, of the top of the skin layer to the top. Yeah. So 28 days, you want to bring that new skin forward, you want to bring the new cells. So you don't want to have old skin sitting on the surface.
And then Tony the lizard, darling, you get in the double cleansing, and can I just say we've had so many incredible comments about using double cleansing or single cleansing, but I've got pages and pages of people here who've been trying it and saying how they're feeling. And that difference in the skin, makeup going on better, feeling people saying to them, have you had Botox? Where's your glow coming from? That, when you're saying and describing your skin that it feels like a lizard, and you're definitely not that, you will feel the difference. And I'm so excited that you've ordered both, because you're going to so have a difference. Jamie, Better Off appears to be non-vegan. Is Be Your Best vegan friendly? Be Your Best is vegan.
Yeah, and the only reason why you would say Better Off is because it has lactic acid, and lactic acid is derived from milk.
Another Nina has red pimples coming up. I'm 47 and thinking menopause. Well, 47, you could easily be perimenopausal. A lot of people who look and suddenly are confronted with, their hormones being in a fluctuating state will get some little pimples. You will, some people who never had spots in their life suddenly get them.
Which is me, Trinny. I never, as a teenager, had a single spot, and now that
this is you exactly. So what can Nina do?
Perimenopausal, and I'm suddenly like, what is going on with my skin?
Okay, so what can Nina do?
So I think cleansing is key, and the only times that I really because now we've been following our full regime, my skin has never been better. However, the nights that I have taken a little bit of a lazy and I haven't double cleansed and I maybe even only single cleansed is when I start to break out. So I find that generally coming up to that moment in your cycle, so the week before, is when you might want to dial up certain things. So our gel cleanser is going to be excellent because it has the acids. You might want to add other exfoliation steps into your routine coming up to your period in order to help with that congestion. But it is definitely something that we totally recognize is happening for people when
and I think it's really good to know that it is start with incredibly clean skin, so there isn't stuff for these this fluctuation in hormones to go and feel settled in and create bigger spots. I went through it. I'm out the other side because I'm post-menopause, but I did have it, and it's also a little bit about the inflammation in your body as you go into menopause is higher, and we can get easier inflamed by things. So I think it's also good to see how much refined sugar you have in your diet. I'm just going to say that because it can be triggered easier than my daughter Lila, who eats 2 packets of Peppa Pigs from Marks and Spencer's, these rather refined sugar sweets, and doesn't really have repercussions. But sugar feeds on your skin, and it makes
your skin more acidic as well.
More acidic, and that's not going to be helpful. So I would say try and avoid so much sugar if you can. That includes wine, but it will help. And also, I'm just going to go full out there and say, emotionally, when you're perimenopausal, you can have far more ups and downs. So anything that would trigger changing your mood, like alcohol, will have more drastic implications in how you feel about yourself. So really just be aware of how much you're drinking. If you drink, it could be you don't drink at all, but it's more of a general statement, and that it can be very helpful to think about. And also, go and seek medical advice, or go and find a hormonal specialist and maybe get your hormones checked, and maybe begin to, instead of waiting till you're fully in menopause, be proactive and look at what you can do to support yourself going through that journey, because there is a lot of support out there. And there's a fantastic book from Dr. Erica Schwartz called The Hormone Solution, which I really advise anyone who's perimenopausal to read, because she just talks about the effects of hormones on our body. And once you understand it and you know the mechanism and how they work, it can be really helpful. And I'll list that book at the end. Faith, if you could list that book, that'd be great.
Yeah, of course.
Dawn says, the best cleanser for an acne rosacea, please.
Wow.
Tough acne rosacea, because rosacea does have spots. It's a symptom.
Well,
of rosacea,
acne rosacea, I would say it is more about the acne that then is causing the redness and rosacea.
Yeah.
So I would actually do something super, super gentle. I probably would also avoid anything too harsh.
Yeah.
I think that our cleansers are both suitable for sensitive skin.
Yeah.
I think maybe even using our gel cleanser will actually be quite a nice thing. It depends if you're sensitive to fragrance. We purposely had this decision of fragrance in, fragrance out.
But very, very minimal, and far more for the atmosphere of the formulation. So I don't feel we have put in ingredients into it that are very aggressive as fragrance. They're more sort of thyme and rosemary and woody fig.
And we made sure that we also had low on the allergens, so that it is a natural fragrance. We made sure we minimized all the allergens that we were in there, and we tried to make something that would actually enhance the experience. Because I think, fragrance is so important to you. And, I remember when I was saying to you about the fragrance, it was like, tell me, you have to tell me a story about the scent, you know what I mean? And like going through this like herbal English garden in the evening, and you were able to describe it so perfectly that when we went to the perfumer, we were able to then build that into the fragrance. So I think our fragrance is really special, and I'd like to do more with that fragrance.
I know. I really feel, I mean, once you've got it there, and it just adds to the journey of cleaning your skin.
But it's good for sensitive skin still. So I think it's something definitely that we can try. If someone has acne rosacea, for example, I think you could use something like this.
Because I feel that when somebody presents like you do with a bit of both, it just sounds like your skin is really out of sorts, because it's doing two extreme things that don't always go together. So I would say just using the gel on its own. I don't know, would you just use the gel on its own? Because with that rosacea, I want to sort of nurture. that skin?
I would, like, the thing is with acne, rosacea, you need to focus on your barrier and you need to build your barrier, and you want to start at least with things that, like, what tretinoin and Roaccutane are doing is drying the skin out, which is great to get rid of the spot because you have no more oil for the spot to feed on, but actually you're left with sometimes is a very damaged barrier, so it's about being gentle, and I think we purposely made this anti-inflammatory approach to all of our products, and the cleansing especially. So I think doing something that is effectively cleaning but not overdoing it, because you have to be really gentle. You have to give back and you have to get your barrier in a good healthy place,
and we can do that with a gel.
Absolutely.
That's brilliant, thank you. Never going to use a wet wipe again. No. Fantastic. Sheena Crystal, hello my darling, could I use my Fourier with a balm cleanser? I mean, I do. I mean, I know you said you love to use it with gel, but I do with both, because I have a process of, I'll do the massage and then I might add some water, activate the pineapple enzyme, and then I might just use the Fourier.
All right, so if you're activating
with water. With the water. Okay, so if you do it, go to the activation phase first where it turns white and then bring in your Fourier. Yeah. Some people just they're used to that experience of that massage technique. But I got to say, when you learn the Trinny London signature massage, you'll find that's fantastic too for that stimulation. Andrea, I'm 69, I have good skin if getting the lines. I have slightly oily skin on the T-zones and then can get a little dry in parts, side of the nose and largest pores on the chin. Which one? I'd say the gel. Yeah, I would say the gel.
Well, I think we formulated both to be good for all skin types in essence. So the gel for combination skin or oily skin, the gel is generally very good. Yeah, very good. And the balm is very good for normal dry, but actually both can use it. So it really depends also. I like to wash my face with water. Yeah. So I
think it depends also on the ritual, doesn't it? Of what 100%.
You want. Yeah. So I use the balm, even though the balm is probably what my skin needs the most. Yeah. I use the balm to remove my makeup. Yeah. And I use the gel and I love it. And I use the gel in the morning and I use the gel at night, and I will always go to the gel because I want to wash my face. Yeah. I want to wash my face in the shower. Yeah. And I need the water.
Because it's about that how you want to feel.
And then on the weekends when I'm doing more of a skincare ritual, have a bit more time, I will then go and do a longer face massage. But it's not my natural thing to do on the evenings, where you're the complete opposite.
I'm the opposite, because Brad in the background, who's been with me for days, and he's actually now doing the lymphatic release because he can't stop himself. But I, on the other hand, in the morning, I don't go to the shower because you wash your hair every morning, and my hair gets frizzy in the shower. So I generally go in now to shower so quickly that I can literally have a phone call with somebody outside as I'm having a very quick shower. Okay. And my moment is getting up and looking in the mirror and then massaging my skin with the balm, and that's the way I wake up my skin, and doing my little moments like that. And in the evening, it's about taking off the makeup. I do it quicker, and then the gel really getting in. So opposite, but I think
it is about preference, and I think that's why we did 2 formats also, Trinny, is to allow for people who prefer different ways of using it.
Ross is saying, are the ingredients okay for sensitive skin? I'm very sensitive. Which one is better? I'd say sensitivity is subjective. I'd say if you present as very sensitive, don't do the gel, because the HAs and PHAs could aggravate it. I feel that we've been very anti-inflammatory in our approach, and therefore I do feel that people who have had sensitive skin and can tolerate a little bit of fragrance are fine with it. If you are hypoallergenic skin, where you cannot tolerate any fragrance or literally anything will worry your skin, then we are not the brand for you. Yeah. So you've got to listen to your skin and think, how do you identify from what we've mentioned? And then you'll have a sense of what
but all the products have been tested for sensitive skin. So for people with normal, if you're hypersensitive or sensitive to fragrance, then we're not for you.
Exactly. Shani says, I've got menopausal dry skin. What's the best way to combat, please? It's a classic. It's that you're losing a lot of stuff at menopause. We've had this discussion a little bit, and I think probably from what we've said before, because there's lots of comments after, I'm going to move on because I think we've answered that question. But
the best thing you can also do is supplements.
I know. I mean, really good collagens that are liposomal. Ingenious collagen is a brand that is expensive, but I love because they have developed a formulated technique by which they can allow the collagen, once it's gone through your stomach, through your intestine, to actually penetrate the blood vessels of your system and go further out towards your skin than I think any other collagen supplement I've tried. They are expensive. They're literally £60 a month. It's killer. I mean, really expensive. They have another one that's a bit less, but it's trying to find liposomal, which I think has a good delivery, a general collagen supplement that's a pill that doesn't have any clever delivery system, literally is going to get to your bones, maybe. You know, it's not going to get out to the skin. Jeanette, good. This is like what is it? Confessional time. I use cleansing towelettes with the product in it. Tell me more why they are not acceptable to clean my skin, please. So cleansing towelettes, I presume, are what we would call
face wipe.
Face wipe. Yeah, they have the cleanser in it, and it's kind of, some are biodegradable. They used to be really bad for the environment. So I think that, I mean, I want you to answer this, because I know in my head why, you know, what kind of activity you can get on a product that's going to live in a cloth in its environment, and how basic those are going to be, and that your relationship perhaps with the concept of what you consider cleansing is literally taking off your makeup. So I think this is a good moment to discuss what actually is cleaning your skin. So one thing for some people could be, here's a wet wipe. This is our lovely cloth, but it was a wet wipe. Let me just remove my makeup. My skin is now clean, and I will put on the next stage, vitamin C and exfoliant or whatever. But what you can't see is what needs to come out. So, you know, physical makeup is very surface, and you can see it. And that makes some people feel I've cleansed my skin. But in Claire's and my mind,
it's not even clean whatsoever.
It's not.
It's not even clean. Yeah. So you've obviously removed the visible traces of your makeup, and in some ways that's okay for makeup removal, but you have to then follow it up with an actual proper clean that is removing the dirt, the grime, the dead skin cells from the surface of your skin. Otherwise, that is congesting your skin, and also it's leaving that like the dirt and the grime. It causes oxidative stress, which is actually aging you faster. Yeah. So you're just, the quality of your skin over time is just...
Laura, I have oily skin as a teen and stripped it to death in my 30s and now 40s. I'm super sensitive skin with rosacea flare-ups. So I've struggled with cleansers. The best has been Murad 4-in-1 Prebiotic Cleanser. What does Trinny London have for me? Really interesting. And I think, Laura, many women have, you know, dealt with very oily skin, and you're so fed up with it, you'll do anything. And that do anything approach reminds me also of lots of girls now on TikTok, quite young, using very strong acids because it's a trend. And your skin is not the same as somebody else's skin. So how can she get back, and which are the best products for her skin?
Well, I actually think the Balm cleanser is actually what you need, because it actually...
Her name is Laura, you can talk to
Laura.
Hi,
Hi, Laura. Hi.
Yeah.
So I think your cleansing, obviously overstripping is going to damage your skin barrier. So it's about getting the health of your barrier back as quickly as possible. So doing gentle cleansing, so something like the nourishing Balm, I think is going to be really, really great. It also has a prebiotic complex, which is also going to help to rebalance the microbiome. Yeah. And I think that is really, really essential. So I love that you're using the Murad 4-in-1 probiotic cleanser, because I think something like that is actually going to be really good for your skin. And then it's about replenishing and trying to strengthen that barrier. So it's more than just cleansing that you need to be focusing on. And I think you need to be finding ingredients that are going to bring that back. So something like azelaic acid is actually going to be really, really great ingredient for your skin. It is good for redness, anti-inflammatory, so soothing, calming, but it's also really great at rebalancing. So something and finding products with ingredients like that, I think would be really helpful.
Yeah, great, good. What can I do? I'm taking isotretinoin, and my skin is so dry. I mean, I know that because it's Rectin, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is very difficult because, you know, the method by which this very, very strong vitamin A is working is it's sapping all the sebaceous, you know, oils out your skin to totally dry them out. And that's why I loved it. I didn't have to wash my hair for weeks. I was on it for a year, actually, a long time. And, you know, the dry mouth, everything. And there's a fear about going towards an oil when you know oily skin has created an element of oily skin's created all the acne. So what do you feel? I mean, I would be tempted to nurture the skin with a balm because it's not going to leave a film like other balms, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, and it also depends on why you're using the, like, is it
Maybe
because
she has, I presume, I mean, yeah, we don't know why you are, but I'm going to presume, James, it's a man, sorry, I'm going to presume, James, maybe you've been taking it for acne or spots. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, so I would say that if it is more down the acne road, because, you know, you have to look at the whole picture when you're recommending the products. It's very hard with very little information.
Yes, it is, very.
But if your skin is slightly more oily in general, but then the isotretinoin has dried it out, so it's not feeling comfortable, then I would actually use the gel cleanser. Yeah. Whereas if it's more because of aging related concerns and you've been focusing on your wrinkles and
then
oil
use the
is
balm.
not, then I would probably use the balm.
Yeah.
So it really it depends on what else is going on and why you're using it. Yeah,
great. And I would consider also in terms of hydration, I sometimes like something which is peptide based more than heavy barrier cream based.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, okay. Sheena, my eyes get really red when I cleanse. Will this balance this out? Well, Sheena, it depends on what you're cleansing with currently, and as we don't know that, we don't know what could be interfering, but with our balm, when you take off your mascara, you feel nothing. It's like, it's fantastic. There's no stinging or redness or anything.
Or cloudy.
I
found my favourite cleansers can cloud your eyes. Yeah, no, none of that.
Do you have to double cleanse with a balm and then a foaming cleanser? Let's talk about foaming cleansers, Emma Knight, because I have a little heebie-jeebie with a foaming cleanser because I feel there's a lot of solvents there and they're kind of acting on the surface. But if you love your foaming cleanser, use our balm first to get off your makeup and have that real ritual of cleaning your skin. We have created the balm and the gel because to us this is the perfect combination of a double cleanse. Is a balm is removing all the makeup, giving you that wonderful unctuous wrong word, tactile experience, and the gel's coming in as these sort of, you know, the real workers.
Exactly.
The workers, they're coming in now and they're going into your pores, they're going, let's get them out, let's get them clean, let's get the skin cells off even more, and they are the heavy lifters. So that combination I prefer much more because foaming cleanser, we, you know, when we were creating the chassis for the formulation of the gel, it was so important it didn't foam. Tell me why. Because I know why I didn't want it. But
surfactants in general can be quite drying. It depends on what surfactant you're using. But a lot of the standard cleansers out there, if you think about the old Neutrogena washes and things like that, they're very SLS. So sodium lauryl sulfate, and they're very drying. So that is where you over cleanse. That's when you strip the oils and fats from your skin, which you don't want to do because that's what's damaging. So foaming. Generally, now we actually managed to find a very gentle foaming, natural foaming agent, which was the Collagen. But generally, anything really foaming is
not. So we don't know what you're using, but I would suggest try our combination.
Just be careful. I wouldn't double cleanse with something that's super foaming.
Emily, the best solution for dry skin, but it goes oily throughout the day with makeup. Moisturizing makes it worse. So you definitely want to get a better balance of the oil in your body, on your skin, and I would say the gel. But, I don't know if you want to describe why ingredients in the gel are doing that.
So the gel is, we've been really careful to have gentle cleansing agents that are actually also super powerful.
Oat amino acids is gentle, but mighty.
Absolutely. If you think about oatmeal is super nourishing, but actually being able to have it in that amino acid format, we're able to have a really gentle natural cleansing. We put the acids in, and I think that was really important to have this everyday exfoliation that is also manageable. So if I use it twice a day, it's not too much.
Exactly. It's not going to over damage the skin. Jane, my daughter is nearly 10 and I want to help her keep her skin clean. What cleansers would you recommend for this age range? Jane, 10 is young, 10 is very much pre-puberty, and it's so important with skin at a 10-year-old that you don't do too aggressive ingredients. And from my perspective, it's the simplest things like a clean pillowcase every night. Is she washing her hair, keeping it off her face? Just those simple things that add to bacteria forming and little, blemishing. But I mean, you're just saying that you want to help her keep her skin clean. I think the ritual of wash your face every night is a really important one. Is the flannel, you know, teenagers can be very flippant about how clean that flannel is or the tea towel is, but I wouldn't really be giving a proper grown-up cleanser to anyone below the age of sort of 15, 16. If they've gone into, you know, if they've gone into puberty early and they've really developed very congested skin, then, you know, they are sort of in a way ahead in their skin. Even though physically their age might be some of those contemporaries. It's like girls who at 15 have, you know, suddenly develop boobs much before their friends or things like that. So if you feel there's a grown-upness in your child and they have got congested skin and the hormones are just going crazy, then the gel would be nice, but just once in the evening, making sure they really clean it, making sure the towel they pat their face down with is clean. And I wouldn't do it before then. You know, I think for Lila's age at 18, that she, you know, my daughter's
is absolutely
18.
I think it's about getting also a routine.
So what would you, what would you say then?
Like introducing a consistent skincare routine of cleansing is going to make the biggest difference. So cleansing in the morning, cleansing in the evening, using a basic moisturizer, not overdoing it.
You say that to a 10-year-old?
Yeah.
You would, okay.
Yeah, but if their skin needs it, like obviously you have to listen. If they feel tight after a cleanse, and especially if their skin is slightly more oily or getting congested, it's the cleansing that's really, really important here. Yeah. So, and not using too harsh a cleanser that's stripping your skin, because all you're doing is perpetuating the problem.
Yeah.
You've got to keep the barrier healthy. Yeah. So, you know, I like for younger skin, like brands like Sam Farmer, where it is developed for, you know, a younger, more delicate skin, because their skin is more delicate.
Yes, that's what Sam Farmer's fantastic for sensitive, delicate skin, and that's such a good range to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, so because he's developed it specifically for younger skin, which is different to older skin.
It is great. Say goodbye, Claire. Thank you so much.
See you guys. Lovely to chat.
Thank you so much. Lovely. Bye bye.